Hi everyone, this is Claire Stone and welcome to the latest episode of Angel Conversations. And I am super excited today to be interviewing Bev Densham. Hi Bev.
Thank you for having me so much, Claire. It's so nice to finally meet you properly today and be here with you. Thank you.
I am so excited to get to know you, and I've seen your incredible book. I want to know all about it. So, Bev, would you show us your book? Bev is the author of I Talk to Angels, and she is a fellow Spirit and Destiny magazine expert, and she is the angel expert. So, Bev, I always start this interview by asking the question, do you believe in angels? But I think it's crystal clear that you definitely believe in angels.
Yeah, I definitely do believe in angels. I think perhaps they're the best thing that ever happens in my life, and I think I'm hugely grateful that they did come into my life and transformed and changed it out of all recognition, really. So it's a beautiful thing to now share that with others, really.
And have you always known the angels?
The answer to that is no. I'm not one of those people. It's from birth, and I was a little toddler. No, it's not one of those stories at all. It was really after rock bottom in life over 13 years ago, after a stressful and traumatic marriage, and in the end, with domestic abuse and calling police and social services, took my 3-year-old and myself away at the time. And after that, obviously that wasn't so good at all. It feels like a nightmare that didn't happen now. But what happened afterwards was I had this angel card reading, and that was an epiphany for me. Having an angel card reading was incredible and so comforting and so loving. And I went away with my toolbox and my first ever box of angel cards. And I didn't even think then, do I believe in angels or not? It doesn't matter to start with. You can just go away and use the tools like angel cards, and it can be so helpful. And then over time, it just grew exponentially. And before I knew it, I was off to Hawaii to train as an angel therapy practitioner and
Wow.
having feather moments in London. Before that, I was thinking, what on earth are people going on about these feather moments? And now I'm telling other people about feather moments in life and how you can experience these things. So it was kind of like, it was quite a healing journey, and I'm just so grateful over time that I did learn to talk to the angels and other people's angels, and got to know my personal guardian angel, and then over time I realized I was destined to help people like me, really, who've been through a lot, been through quite a lot of trauma, because not all family, you might have had a happy childhood like me, but then you might have had a really nasty bullying experiences and difficult stuff. And I think the angels and the toolbox you can create can really help with that.
I think that's a really inspiring story, Bev, because it just goes to show that it doesn't matter if you are born being able to see or hear, communicate with angels. Absolutely anybody can do it. So I love the way that this has unfolded for you and helped you to heal your life. And, that is how a lot of people wake up to their spiritual nature during difficult times, isn't it? It's the dark night of the soul that just really cracks you to when you're at that total rock bottom. Then the only way is up.
Yeah that is a way that happens to some people, and it's not, I don't recommend it, really. I don't recommend it. I mean, we've all got a heart and soul, and it's really unnecessary. I think in the message I'm getting is in future generations, it's going to become less and less, because I think more and more people are going to become more and more enlightened quicker and quicker. And at the moment, the angels kind of, I suppose it's like why we're connected and drawn to connect with other light workers and things. It's like, it's that thing of we're needing to draw a kind of an army of light workers together to make a difference in the world. But for me, I'm being drawn lately to get back to basics and help people in simple ways with things like positive affirmation cards, and because it doesn't have to be rocket science, as my sister says.
Yeah, I totally agree, because sometimes people can see it like a race to get to this fifth dimension and enlightenment and all that, and I am as woo-woo as they come, I admit it. But if you haven't got solid foundations, looking at our own wounds, having these daily practices in place, then we can keep climbing, but things can come crumbling down if we haven't got them basic foundations laid. So it's absolutely perfect to work on that first, to turn the proverbial soil.
Yeah, and I think we have to have, our base has to be having harmony and happiness in our own homes, and starting with ourselves and then building outwards from there. Kind of, the angels want everyone to live happily ever after, and that doesn't mean that there are good, challenging and sad times of life, but it's about having a toolbox to deal with it. But I think the more you get into all of this, the more exciting life can become, the more soulful, the more heart-centered, the more enjoyable, the more fun, and probably the more balanced as well, actually.
Yeah. I mean, what you were saying about how you feel in future that people are gonna spiritually waken up much faster. I kind of feel like we're the generation who decided to be here in this challenging time, because it's like we're going through that birth canal of a new earth, a new reality. And to some level, well, within the work that I'm doing, we are cleansing those past paradigms of our ancestors, and by working on changing our way of thinking and healing our lives, then we're raising children and grandchildren, teaching people in a whole new way. So in a way, that is going to be what's helping people to, it's going to be more natural, isn't it? Because they're experiencing a much more harmonious environment than we might have, because we've had to, we've been raised by those who've been in the war, like our grandparents, and they've got the mindset of scarcity because they've been in the war. And then there's the patriarchy, where there's not been, women haven't been valued, and racism and all those things. And it's like it's all bubbling to the surface now for us to put things right, to cleanse and heal, to become one human family, one human race.
Yeah, I'm getting I'm getting those angel clairsentience whooshes down my legs when you say that.
Yeah. Can I ask, how do you receive angels?
Well, I do receive messages in all ways: seeing, hearing, feeling, and knowing the messages. My biggest one for me personally, and I've noticed this is the most common in all my students, and just generally observation of all the people I've taught over the years, is claircognizance. So it's knowing and clear thinking. So it's like I have a typewriter in my head, and like when you were talking just then, and you were just talking, about all the different areas, and the angels were also, bringing in other messages for me. So like particularly words. So for me, it's words, and I love writing with the angels. I wrote my book. I talked to angels at the beach, standing up, walking along, writing. Eventually I set on the laptop, but very boring. But yeah, that is the main way. But then also they want to emphasize something. And, a lot of people would assume, if you're an angel expert, whatever, that you get the angel tickles and wishes of the feeling of the angels' presence all the time. But for me, that is not the case. They did it once so far, chatting to you today, because they wanted to emphasize how important, what you said, but confirming what you said, to the 10th degree. They're now tickling my head. So sometimes I get visions in a, clairvoyant way. Hearing, not so much, because it's like I'm hearing them, but I'm hearing them through the clear cognizance of the knowing and the clear thinking. And I think most people think, oh, they read certain people's books and they're so clairvoyant, they see everything. And that is not a lot. I think a lot of the time the angels are showing the clairvoyant messages through getting people to notice and see things. And some people, are clairvoyant. So for me, it's really, really strongly claircognizance. It's the telepathic kind of, typewriter in the head thing.
Yeah. Do you ever look through your book and think, I didn't write that?
Well, I wrote it with my angel, and I have. Yeah, that does happen. I mean, I read a page every day, or a few pages of my book, like, picking a page like an angel card, rather than it gathering dust on the shelf. And it's just amazing for a bit of, daily guidance coming in. And that's so funny. I've just opened it on this page. It's all about your morning routine. And this is the first time this year I've not done my full morning routine.
Oh, you're being told there.
So funny, morning routine. Oh my God. Because I didn't have enough sleep last night. So they're telling me you've not done your morning routine. So after I've seen you and taught another client, I'm going to do an afternoon routine. Finish it off, because I didn't read my book this morning or pick an angel card or positive affirmation.
That is so funny. What is your morning routine consist of?
Oh gosh, it's a bit long. So no, it wasn't this morning, was it? You see, we're all imperfectly improving, like my one of my author friends. That's from Janie Lee Grace's expression, imperfectly improving. But my morning routine, I have a hot and cold shower. I am super healthy overall. And then I move on to meditation. It varies how long. I tend to go for a morning walk, either around the block, or I cycle somewhere like some woods or something. I do my mindfulness Pilates practice when I get back. Always do journaling, read a page of my book, and then I always have another book on the go. So I always have someone else's book on the go, have a little read for 10 minutes and set an alarm, because I can't necessarily spend loads of time on each thing. So I might only do 10 minutes or 1 minute of each bit. Goal setting, I love a little bit of visualization, journaling. I always aim to journal 3 pages a day. And I always pick an angel card and one of my positive affirmation cards as well. And then I journal about what that means to me that day and any action steps to take with it. So you might love to do this, one of these things at home. And my clients love just doing like 6 minutes a day. And some people build up to more.
Yeah. Maybe the people listening, that this is a little reminder to all of us to how important it is to have a morning routine, or whatever time of the day you prefer, but to put some time in to get to know yourself, to connect to the angels, to put your psychic protection on, to set those goals. It just sets you up to have a really good day, doesn't it?
It does. And I think a really nice thing to do as well is to have an angel prayer every morning. So I always say an Archangel Michael prayer, and I always say my I Talk to Angels prayer every morning, which is a really beautiful way to start the day and connect you in with the angels.
Yeah, I always pull a card. This morning I got Horus, the Cosmic Gateway, and I also got this card yesterday, and I thought this is really it's a really powerful card, because of course yesterday it was summer solstice, and that masculine portal is open right now, isn't it? So, and Horus is masculine. Oh, I've got a puppy coming in. So I thought that was a great card to come in.
Yeah, that feels like a new beginnings card. I picked one for the podcast, a positive affirmation from my Happy Kids cards deck, and it's I make a wish, I let my wish fly in the sky in a red balloon filled with love. Aww. So what does that mean to you?
I think that means make a wish and let it go.
Oh,
yeah. So going back to you and the angels, could you share with our listeners a really profound angel experience that you have had? And I think a lot of the really profound ones, well, for me, they tend to be in the early days. Well, either it's that or just that I'm really desensitized to the excitement around it. It's like when you first get learning about synchronicity and coincidence, and you've got all these signs. It's really exciting when you're first on the spiritual path and you've got this all the time, but then you get really used to it and you're grateful for it, but it's not as exciting like in the beginning as it's like a kid at Christmas. So have you got an experience that you could share?
Well, the angels want me to share, they're giving me the word studio. So 16 years of my part of my career has been being a Pilates expert, and I had studios in Hertfordshire for 16 years. Anyway, I did say goodbye to them many years ago, and on that particular day I had a really profound angel experience on that day. And oh my gosh, I'm getting all the angels are going woo. That wasn't the experience on the day though, they're just confirming it now and how much they want me to, I suppose, share it with you, I suppose. So I had a big studio with all the big Pilates equipment. I had a little studio, traditional studio, had the office and then changing rooms, and then there was kind of the entrance, but you had to go through the entrance, one door, into another door, into the office. There were no like windows in that area. Anyway, it was everything was gone, everything was emptied out. It was literally me, my mum, and my son left, and there was nothing in there apart from my handbag, I think. And then my mum was like, look. And I was like, what? I was like, it's empty. It's empty. And then there was a little white angel feather on the office floor. And I was like, how did that get there? Clearly I knew how it got there. And I was like, wow. It was just this huge, you don't get very many profound feather moments. They're more few and far between. And that at that moment, it was the hugest confirmation, you know, that I was doing the right thing, saying goodbye and relocating to my dream, you know, place in the world. And I was so confident about the decision, and seeing that angel feather sat there, I said goodbye, but I knew I did not need to look back. I did not need to look back at those studios, that building, that place, you know, anything, because the angels are saying, with that little feather, you are on the right path.
That's beautiful. And angels give us signs in so many ways. I thought I would share a funny feather story that happened to me. It's just popped into my mind now. But when I must have been about 17, because I was studying holistic therapies at college, and I had a part-time job in a sunbed shop, but I had my own place as well. So to being a student, to top up my bills, I also did the cleaning at this sunbed shop. And I begged the manager if I could have this job, and she was like, oh, go on then. And so I came one day and I cleaned all the sunbeds. I was upstairs, and I'd been going on about angels since I first started there, and they all thought that I was insane in a nice way, but they weren't into anything spiritual at all. They used to give the jokes about Reiki, you Reiki in the lawn, all, you know. And I remember one day she phoned me up, my boss had just got home, and she was like, you better get back here now and get this cleaned. Are you like, is this a joke? And I had no idea what she was on about. I had to get the bus because I didn't have a car back into town. Went in the sunbed shop, and in one of the rooms there was feathers. It was like somebody had ripped a pillow open. These white feathers were absolutely everywhere. And I thought it was lovely. It was hilarious. I loved cleaning them up. No idea how they got there, because the manager, Sue, had told me that no one had been upstairs since I'd been up there. So that was a lovely angel sign, if you ever asked for one, getting all those lovely feathers, especially at that young age. It was incredibly exciting. So like I'm really clairvoyant and see angels in often humanistic form. But I think that's because I am so creative. But I also see them just as like a beam of light, flashes of light. And I explain to everybody, you know, if I say this angel has got, I see it with purple wings, and then you see this angel with pink wings, then that's okay. Trust what you're getting, because this isn't set in stone. We all see things in different ways. It's like, have you seen that post? It goes on Facebook sometimes, and it's like a stripy dress, and some people see it as gold and black, and some people see it as black and white. And like me and my husband, we always see it in the opposite colours, and we're like, how is that gold? It's like, it's so bizarre, isn't it? But we all perceive things in different ways. And also the physical senses, you can't always trust the physical senses. It's the inner senses that you can always trust. So what I mean by that is, so for example, if you might see a piece of cake and think, right, I'm having this cake. Your eyes see this delicious cake, but then you can't eat it all because your eyes have deceived you. And that was what I meant by that. So talking about clairvoyance, and I know you angel message drop in for you, but if you have physically seen or mentally seen, can you describe what angels look like for you in that way, clairvoyantly?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sometimes in meditation it's a bit more clear for me personally, but really that's not my thing. And I think to me it's quite exciting that people can become fluent in their communication with angels without having to see, and even colours. And some people can be so disappointed that they don't even see the colours of the angels, and some people don't even see the colours, and you don't even have to see the colours, because you can know, like, very strongly, like, as well as, you know, my guardian angel, other people's guardian angels. I work a lot, you know, for me, I work a lot with Archangel Michael, and there's a very sort of different energy, but I'm not seeing him when I'm working with him, because I don't have to. I can see the effects, I can see the benefits of the coaching and angel healing, you know, therapy work in progress with somebody or with myself. So I think it's an interesting one. I think it's beautiful if you can. I think a lot of people aspire to it. I think they haven't achieved or haven't got there unless that happens, but it isn't everybody's destiny to become fluent in that way, or just to progress in that way. But I think it's nice to, I find a lot of people are getting a lot of, when I'm doing angel meditations with Spirit and Destiny magazine and the weekly events I do, and I often, sometimes people do see the angel in front of them, for example, their guardian angel, but often more likely they will see the gift of guidance that they're given from the angel a lot more clairvoyantly than the angel in front of them. I'm not quite sure why that is, but that seems to be happening lately anyway. In the last year, it's quite noticeable. I've had so many people I've worked with in that way. But yeah, I don't know, what do you think? Because we're both quite different how we work, aren't we?
Yeah, we're using different clair senses, and this is why I really wanted to create these shows, because I want people to know that you don't have to be clairvoyant, you don't have to see an angel, you don't have to necessarily hear an angel. There are so many different ways that you can receive an angel, and that's what I really want people to understand, how diverse we are. We're all different, we're all creative, beautiful beings, and we can all learn so much from listening to each other and sharing our experiences.
Yeah, and the message I just got in then that the angels were saying to me when you were talking about that is, and I think it was one of the like question of the month in Spirit and Destiny magazine that I wrote, obviously with the angels, but a lot they're saying about the veil. You know, some people might not have seen an angel yet, but they'll see one when they're about to physically die. For example, like, you know, somebody I know, their mum passed away, and you know, their mum was vividly, you know, seeing the angel on her physical passing. And this can be a time when that sort of the veil between the sort of physical and the spiritual realm becomes thinner, and some people are more likely or meant to see them for more peace or for whatever reason. But on the other hand, it can be you're picking your angel card and the angels are zoning in on a particular word, making that word bold to really give you that message in that clairvoyance way, but that is through the word on the card, for example.
Yeah. I met a new angel last year. Well, actually, it was the year before, just before my mum passed away. And so people are familiar, a lot of people are familiar with Archangel Azrael as being the archangel who is the angel, well, I don't want to say death, transition, because we are eternal. And maybe 6 weeks before my mum passed away, I met an angel called Layla. And she is an archangel, but she's a divine feminine angel. So that word is archaea. Archaea is the feminine term for archangel.
Yeah.
And I discovered that she's the twin ray, the feminine aspect of Azrael. And this really fascinates me, Bev, because she explained that when a soul is coming to be born on earth, then spirit experiences a death. Not as we perceive it, but that soul, so all the souls that the children that are about to be born, where are they? They're already they already exist when they're born on earth. This isn't the first time that they've existed. They're existing now, possibly in spirit or another dimension, wherever they are. But she is the angel of birth and death together simultaneously, because Azrael will, with your guardian angels and your loved ones, will take those who are passing over from earth to wherever you believe they go. And Layla is the one that brings the souls from heaven, spirit, onto earth. And I just thought I was so excited by that. I hadn't met Layla when I wrote the book, so she's not in it, but she is in my upcoming Oracle deck, and I'm so excited to learn more about. It's just so fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's all quite amazing, really. Yeah. I was going to say something at one point there. It's like they're in a consciousness, all souls and spirits. That's like anyway, yeah.
So not everybody believes in angels. What would be your advice to someone who is open-minded but doesn't necessarily believe? What would you say they could do to get to know their guardian angel or an archangel?
Well, first of all, get a deck of cards. So definitely start with like positive affirmation cards, get into some angel cards, because they're only going to help your life. They'll be positive in your life, and you know, pick a card every day, and you know, you'll get a tip and guidance of the day, and with time you'll connect more. Definitely it's nice to like start, as I said earlier, start your day with like an angel prayer or something like that. My book, I Talk to Angels, obviously really helps you to really get to know your guardian angel from beginners to advanced. Really, it doesn't matter whether you're brand new. It's like a step-by-step of how to see, hear, feel and know the angels' messages and meditations, and how to journal with your guardian angel, and how to learn to trust that. And you know, you can pick a page, you know, like an angel card like I did earlier, and find out what you haven't done today. That would have been a good idea. Oh, that's so funny. I've just opened here, and you know, this chapter is all about you are never alone, and how you can always hang out with your guardian angel. So it says you can have breakfast in bed, you can have dinner, watch a film, go on a picnic, But you can do anything with, you can do anything with your guardian angel. I love going on walks with my angel, but you can do it too. And sometimes you can go on a healing walk or something, and it's got tips of, you know, how to go on a healing walk if you're stressed out, and how your angel can help you, and how you can journal with your angel to make you feel better and find solutions, and then take action steps with that. So they don't want it to be airy fairy, they want it to be helpful, you know, in good, challenging, sad times, really.
Yeah, because it's important to understand that just because we know angels, they don't take away our lessons. We all experience hurt, and we all become triggered, no matter how spiritual we are. We're human beings. But angels definitely give you those tools to see things clearly, to remain hopeful, to give you that energy when you're totally drained, to protect you. So they just make the journey much more easier, don't they? Just knowing that they're there, that comfort and that love.
Yeah, it is really lovely. You know, you've got a spiritual best friend basically, and it's up to you to ask them for the help to be, you know, that they're happy to be your best friend, you know, extra best friend, but you've got to form a, you know, you can just not believe in anything and just use your cards like I did to start with, and then before you know it, you'll be hooked because your life's better. But yeah, it's, you know, if you ask for the help, then you will receive more and more help, but you do have to put the work in, as in enjoyable things like morning routine.
Morning routine. Oh, that's amazing. So, Bev, how can people find you?
Yeah, so my website's beverleydensham.com, and then I'm Beverley Densham on social media everywhere for you. You can call me Bev though, but it just makes it easy that you can find me easily everywhere in that way then.
And where can people get your book?
So you can get my book obviously on Amazon, you can get it Waterstones, Foils, order it in any independent bookshop, anywhere you like really, you can order my beautiful book, and signed copies of course from me.
Yay, love it. So, well, thank you so much for joining us on the Angel Conversations. I'd love to have you back on in future and ask you some more juicy angel questions.
Yeah, that'd be lovely. And you also said about events coming up and stuff like that, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've got a practitioner course coming up. If anyone wants to come, they're very welcome.
Oh,
so,
and
angelic lifestyle practitioner course. It's a year-long course online, and it's with me, of course. And it's a certified course where people can learn how to do angel card readings, angel healing, and stuff like that.
And when does that start?
That one starts on 2nd of July.
Right, okay.
And then there's one more intake this year in early August as well. And then I've of course got my Happy You, Happy Kids coaching to help people live happily ever after. And I'm designing a new deck of cards at the moment. Hooray!
Oh wow, exciting times.
That's it.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, thank you so much everyone for listening, and thank you so much Bev and the Angels for joining us on this beautiful conversation. Lots of love everyone.
Lots of love.